Are you ready for an epic showdown as we bring back a popular segment? You asked for it in our Fan 5 as we discuss music from viewers, plus we go fishing for flashbacks with our own choices. What are we hungry for in this week's Song Smash as we pit 3 hungry songs against each other? Plus, we have a special guest talking all things Whitesnake. Stick around for all that and more after this. Shit. I knew it was going to happen. Give me a second.
Excuse me? All right, party on. Here's some more Glam for the fans.
Welcome back to Three Guys and a Record, as we are joined by special guests, which today makes us 3 guys, 2 gals, and 1 more guy and a record. Be sure to like and subscribe and share to someone that likes this kind of content. Tonight we have a head-to-head competition of Glam or Sham with our special guests, Jaret versus Carole. In our Song Smash segment, we pit Lita Ford, Winger, and White Lion against each other with their version of the song Hungry. We have our Fishing for Flashbacks segment, where we each pick a song to breathe some life back into, including 5 songs from you, the viewers. I'm your host, Coach K. Along with me is Brad.
Hello.
And co-host Doug.
Doug.
Tonight, joining us is our very special guest, Wendy, our resident Whitesnake expert. Welcome to the show, Wendy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Not a problem. First up, we have Glam or Sham. In today's episode, we bring back Carole, who I'm sure you all remember during our first Glam or Sham.
I'm going to go with Paris Lipstick. That sounds fun. Okay, nobody is actually named Kick Axe. I'm going to go with Bangkok Trey.
Actually, somebody is called Kick-Ass.
Brittany Fox, that's real. I just remember thinking it sounded like a girl band, but it's not.
Every Mother's Nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
Swollen Middle Finger.
Every Mother's Nightmare is real. That looks like a real one.
Yeah.
Mercy Flush or Shark Island.
Ooh, I think Shark Island should be the name of a band. That sounds fun.
Doug, what's a Mercy
It's
Flush?
when you flush the goldfish down the toilet or what?
You're trying to get rid of the evidence as quick as possible.
Let's go Pretty Bullet.
Like. Enough.
Really?
Like, or enough's enough.
Okay, enough's enough. That should probably be like a rap band. So I'm going to go with like. Munich Choir Boys.
Pretty Boy Floyd or Danger Snakes.
Danger Snakes.
Danger Snakes.
Danger Snakes is real.
Pretty Boy Floyd is the real band.
Doug's dropping things.
He spilled his beer.
Pretty Boy Floyd, that's
Yeah.
real. Is that really real?
Yes.
No. Loaded Diaper is from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So Dangerous Toys. Yes. That's from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Puff or Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis
Come on.
Grizzlies. Memphis
Grizzlies. Jack might have one back here.
No
It's
way.
actually a basketball.
No.
band.
Tough is a real band.
Yes. I
You're
hate.
so tough. Zodiac Mind Warp. I'm guessing that's, I don't know. That sounds, oh,
LA Gaines is actually LA Guns.
Dragon Bites.
Is real.
Yeah.
Oh,
In that
sure.
same show, I
Sure.
believe
Oh,
we saw
come
Loveblast.
These should be real ones. Those are fun. Wow. One of those is actually real.
One of these is actually real.
Lickin' Box.
Actually,
Oh.
Killer Dwarfs, are they like actually short? What's the story behind that, Doug? Wow. Steel Panther.
Steel Dragon
Steel Dragon.
is real.
Steel Dragon's real.
It's real only if you watch a movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Those guys' hair right there, that's real.
That's Tiger
Yeah.
Tales.
Spandex Thunder.
She will be going up against Wendy's significant other and my lifelong friend, Jaret. Welcome, Jaret.
Hello.
And welcome back, Carole.
Hi.
Glam or Sham? First up, we've got Gorky Park or Moscow Heart.
Gorky Park is probably fake.
Carole, do you agree?
No, that one's the real one. Gorky Park's real.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. Just to be different.
The real band is Gorky Park. Carol gets the point.
Woo!
So I should probably keep track of this.
I think I'll remember my failures.
Oh, I did horribly last time.
Now Mike's gonna put in, thank you for being honest.
As long as you're willing to admit that.
Next up, we've got Mr. Bone versus Mr. Big.
Mr. Big's real.
Yes, Mr. Big is real because they made me lose some of my hearing.
Okay. Do you have a little story for us on that?
No, I just went to a concert. They were an opening band. They were way too loud.
Let's see if you're correct. You both are correct. Mr. Big is the real band.
Yay.
Next up, we got MSG or UTI.
UTI's got to be fake, but it's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Jaret.
You think
I think UTI is fake.
Okay, let's see. The real band is MSG. Doug, you want to tell them what MSG stands for?
The Michael Schenker Group, or later on became the Macaulay Schenker Group.
Okay.
Oh.
And UTI is not a band, but it is an album.
Oh.
Really?
That was a good one, Mike.
The album was for. Did you have a hard time not giggling? All right, next up, Cherry Street or Floorgasm.
Oh my.
I want Floorgasm to be real. I really do, but no, I have to think that's a fake one.
I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna say Cherry Street's fake.
Cherry Street's fake.
Orgasm looks kind of normal, people.
So, is Floorgasm a real band? No, it's Cherry Street. Jaret gets the point. It's a tie, 3-3. Next up, Pocket Rocket or Little Caesar.
Little Caesar's fake. What do you think, Jaret?
I think Little Caesars is not, because they would probably have been sued by the pizza company.
That's probably true. I
Carole?
was leaning towards that. I was gonna go that way too.
But
Little
what about
Caesar's fake?
What about the A and the E together like that? That doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's see.
That's not even how it's used.
Made it Little Kaiser. I don't know.
The real band is Little Caesar.
Oh.
And thank you, Carol, for watching our episode where we had a Little Caesar song.
Little Caesar, Hard Times.
It's a great hard rocking song. I really love the long extended guitar solo.
There's so
Okay.
many of them. How am I supposed to keep track?
All right. Next up, No Hope Kids or Jet Boy.
I love Jet Boy's hair.
But you didn't like Tiger Tail's hair.
I would think No Hope is real.
You think No
I'm going
Hope
with
is
Jet
real?
Boy's real. Jet Boy's real.
And the real band is Jet Boy.
Hey!
And Doug, you want to talk about Jet Boy? Because you've been always trying to get Jet Boy on the show.
That's going to be on my list here pretty soon. Feel the shake.
Doug loves
Feel the
that song.
shake.
All right, so we got Carol 4, Jaret 3. Next up, Peter's Pineapple Principle or
Really?
Crash Diet.
But you say pictures are all real people.
Yes, all these bands.
You can't go on
are real
the pictures.
Crash
Crash
Diet being
Diet is real.
All right, Jaret, you think Crash Diet's real?
Yep. Just because it's easier to say than the other one. It's just be hard.
Not like Zodiac Mind Warp and the Love Reaction. That's not real easy to say either.
Oh, now
Not so much.
I'm definitely going with Crash Diet. Because you said you were going to mess me up again.
All right, so is Crash Diet the real band? Yes, Crash Diet is the real band. So we got 5-4. I thought Peter's Pineapple Principle was really a good band name.
It is a good band name.
Next up, Kickin' Valentina or 3 Lock Box.
Oh my. Kickin' Valentina's real.
Think so?
I don't
Jaret?
know.
Yeah, I would have to say so too. This sounds like it'd be real.
Not 3 Lock Box? That doesn't ring a bell?
It doesn't, but I do like. I think I would have remembered that if I heard them, but I'm not sure.
You're going Kickin' Valentina?
Yeah.
Brad, do you want to tell them what 3 Lock Box is?
Oh no.
Oh no.
That looks like a picture of Montrose from right around 1974.
And right there is Sammy Hagar, and he had an album called 3 Lock Box. So good job.
Album,
Yes.
not a band.
So the real band is Kicking Valentina. Good job. Way to sniff that one out. Next up, we got Dirty Looks or Chocolate Hostages.
Chocolate Hostages is real. That's a good name.
Jaret,
I would think Dirty Looks would be the real one.
you think Dirty Looks is the real one?
Yeah.
Doug, you know what chocolate hostages are?
No.
The real band is
Oh, I
Dirty
know the band.
Looks. Dirty Looks.
Chocolate Hostages is Pantera.
Oh,
The band
that's a good name though.
The band is Pantera. Chocolate Hostages is like a euphemism for going number 2. Going number 2.
Maybe not a good name.
But yeah, the picture itself is early Pantera. Good eye, Doug. Next up, we've got Itsy Bitsy Cider or Fraley's Comet.
Fraley's Comet is the real one.
You think so?
Yeah, because the other one's too cutesy.
Yeah,
But-
I want Itsy Bitsy Cider to be real, so I'm going to go with that.
You think Itsy Bitsy Cider is real?
Yeah, I think that should be real.
Anybody recognize those members in Itsy Bitsy Cider?
No.
Little Guns N' Roses looking thing. Wendy, did you pick
Really?
that one out?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
No.
All
Yeah.
right. So Jaret, Fraley's Comet. Jaret pulls ahead 7-6. Doug, what's
Ugh.
Fraley's Comet?
Fraley's Comet is Ace Frehley, formerly of Kiss's solo band.
All right. Jaret's in the lead by 1. Steeler or Queef?
Steelers real.
Why?
Yeah, Steeler.
Why do you
I
say
don't
so?
know.
Not Queef?
Queef just
That-
smells like it'd be a bad band. I don't know.
Sounds like it.
Almost got Doug on that one. And the real band is Steeler. You both get the point.
And I know
7
who
to
Queef
8.
is.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh,
That is Girl. That's Phil Collins and what's his name from LA Guns? Phil Lewis.
Okay.
The previous bands.
Wow.
Oh.
Doug with the good eye. Hangnail Fear or Crazy Licks?
Huh.
I'm gonna
Crazy
say
Licks.
Crazy Licks. Yep.
You both say
You
Crazy
agree?
Licks?
We both
Yep.
say yep. Maybe because I just want it to be, but I don't know.
All right. Let's see who the real band is. Crazy Licks is the real
Yay!
band, and it's also in Brad's background.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That's it.
And I think even Brian Durbin mentioned it a couple of times. So I was like trying to make
Really?
sure that Carole wasn't hearing that. But yeah, does anybody know who Hangnail Fear was? Brad, you,
That's tough.
yeah. Wendy, did
Tough
you
again?
sniff
Yeah.
that one out?
Yep, I did. Yep.
Stevie, Rochelle, and Tough. Yep.
Yep.
Next up, Wee Wee or Cat in Boots.
For some reason, wee wee sounds.
Well, it's
Feel
right
like
on
I've
his
heard that before.
It's right on his t-shirt.
Yeah, I feel like
Doug,
that.
stop
that-
helping.
For some reason,
Or
I
am
feel
I
like
trying
I've
to
heard
lead her
that
down the wrong
before.
road?
I would have to say yes. We
Wee Wee, the French
Yeah.
hair metal band.
yep. French hair metal band.
Carole, do you agree? Wee Wee.
yeah, I think that's it.
All right. The real band is. Did I give you guys the point for the last one?
I don't
I'll
know.
have to go back and look. Right now I got 8-7. The
Oh,
real
good.
band for this one is Cat in Boots.
Oh,
Wee Wee is AI generated.
oh.
Even their t-shirts, Doug.
Sorry, Carole. I tried to lead you down a bad road.
I blame you. Cat in boots, huh?
Yep. All right. Next up, Heavy Bones or your girlfriend's boyfriend. Heavy Bones or your girlfriend's boyfriend.
Heavy Bones.
Heavy
would have to
Bones.
be it. Yeah.
You both think Heavy Bones?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's see. Heavy Bones is real. Carole, with
Who's your
8.
girlfriend's boyfriend?
Who
That's
is it?
Poison.
That's Poison.
Okay,
That's Poison.
because I seen that one guy there, haven't I?
Yeah, you've
I
seen
don't
Brett
know.
Michaels when we were at
Yeah.
Catfish Days.
Okay, I think I actually used my
Girly.
brains on this one.
Next up, we've got White Noise or Tales from the Porn.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Oh. Wow.
White Noise or Tales from the Porn.
I'll have to take White Noise as being
White
the
noise,
real
just
one.
because it has a Z in it, and they like to do that.
You both think White Noise is?
Yeah.
Okay. Ironically, it's Tales from the Porn.
No.
And the middle guy is the guy we just talked
Really?
about from Tough. He has a band called Tales from the Porn.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so neither of you get it, so it's still
I
Jaret.
guess that's a shortcoming I have, I guess.
No, so this is why we have this game, because of things like that.
Next up, we've got Thunder Mother or Black Shark.
Black Shark.
I'd say Black Shark too, because this
I
just
was gonna go with
sounds
the
good.
ones.
Not Thunder Mother. All right, the real band is
Oh no,
Thunder
you guys froze
Mother.
again.
Oh,
the real band is Thunder Mother. Did we lose Carole?
Uh-oh.
You back?
We did.
We did, but she's
You
back.
lost me.
All right, no points. No points on that one.
I'm back.
oh.
Thunder
Really?
Mother. Yep, Thunder Mother.
You're gonna
was-
always throw a shark one in there for me.
There might be another shark. The last one was Shark Island that you liked, right? All right, next up. That was it. That was it.
Oh, Striper. Is that
Shark
Striper?
bites.
No, this is
Oh,
this is our new hair metal band, Bee's Knees, and their debut album, We Gonna Sting You. This
Oh
is
my
Carole's favorite because Doug always talks about sleaze bees, and Carole calls it Bee's Knees. So
That's not real.
no, it's not real. This is AI generated. And
Oh gosh.
there's even a little
crazy.
Gemini logo down there. So Jaret takes this one 9-8. And it might
Good
be
job,
10 to
Jaret.
9, but I might have missed one. But Jaret wins this round 9-8. Good job.
Hey.
Anything to say, Carole, with your losing your crown there?
I lost again.
It was beginner's luck. Yeah, that's all.
This week's fan shout out of the week is Ladybuggy Crafts. You can see their website and their TikTok. She is the most talented and creative person I know. You have an idea, she can make it. Check out her videos of magnets, peg dolls, Play-Doh kits, stickers, felt items, and so much more. Over 30 years experience working with kids. She's an expert in early childhood development. Thank you for being a fan, Ladybug Crafts.
Thank you.
All right. So we actually have Carole, who is the owner of Ladybug Crafts, with us. Kind of not a surprise, but kind of a surprise. She's kind of forced to be a fan of Three Guys, but you know, not all of our spouses watch our episodes, right, Lisa? Anyway, Carole is the owner of Ladybug Crafts. Will you tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
Well, I think you did a good explanation. It's mostly things geared towards kids because that's what I know. Two things that I know and love are kids and crafts. So just kind of combining them.
Where can people find you?
I have a Facebook. I have a TikTok. It's pretty much it right now. We're working on a website.
You got any
at some
shows
point.
coming up that
Shows coming up.
anybody local
we're
wants
gonna-
to see?
Yep, if anybody's local, I'm going to be at Strawberry Fest, at Rivertown Days, and then at most of the music and market things on Thursday nights in Hastings.
Ladybuggy Crafts, thank you again for being a fan.
Awesome.
This week's Song Smash. Who did it better? This week, we've got three artists, all with the same song, Hungry. We've got Lita Ford, Winger, and White Lion.
You know what? As much as I love Lita Ford, as much as I love White Lion, I have to give it to Winger. I thought it was catchy. I've always been a Kip Winger fan. I love, she's only 17. I loved it. It blew me away. Absolutely loved. So I'm going to give it to Winger.
Lita Ford starts off making sure we are all ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You know, she kept saying, "Are you ready? We're ready."
I'm ready.
Her nylons were melting down her legs.
Melting down my legs.
I had to look those lyrics up. I'm like, what does she say? Your heart is pounding in her throat.
Your heart is pounding at my throat.
Not 100% sure what she means by that. I have a guess. Part of the video, great. Who doesn't want to see Lita splash around in water?
My breath
I know that with Mrs. Coach over there listening, but I didn't really understand the whole Alice in Wonderland aspect of it. There's a little kid running around while she's singing this kind of stuff, which is a bit uncomfortable. The song itself is decent, catchy. You know, what guy wouldn't want to hear a gal saying this? The words wouldn't mean anything for those guys as they would be kind of mesmerized. Winger, the strings intro to start is pretty cool. In the video, the brakes go out in the car and it crashes down a cliff and the guy loses his newlywed. Spends the rest of the video being lonely and remembering. Not sure why he crashed another car at the end. Maybe someone else understands that one. And all the members of Winger have no shirt on underneath. It had a kind of a weird vibe with that. Another decent song, though. Hungry for Your Skin was a weird Hannibal type line that it had in it. Then White Lion, I don't think there was a video for it. It's a great song. The lyrics in these songs are pretty horny, like all three of them. Hold the trigger on my loaded gun. Pretty good breakdown about halfway through that song. And Vito brought a pretty awesome solo as usual. All three songs are singing about the same thing. I don't think really any of them know the definition of hungry. You know, all very similar songs, all great songs. I'll give the slight edge to White Lion as I think the guitar is above all of them. And then I want to give an honorable mention to Loveblast, who we recently interviewed, Brian Durbin, because they have a song called Hungry on the first Loveblast album. Pretty good in its own right, and it's pretty much about the same thing as these guys are singing about. So I have to give the edge to White Lion.
So the Lita Ford, that has been a staple in all her shows for years. And I actually think the live version would have been much better on record. The intro where it's got all the wah, 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 wah. And all the keyboard stuff they put in there, I thought kind of took away. It would have been a better song if it was more like how she plays in concert with just raw guitars and rocked it out a little bit more. And the Winger, it's interesting because the orchestration in the beginning it was kind of a glimpse of what was in Kip Winger's future now that he's a Grammy award-winning classical composer. But I'll give it to White Lion. Just because Vito is right there for me right after George Lynch. Even though, I mean, Red Beach is a monster, but just 21-year-old me wanted to look like Mike Tramp, like there was no tomorrow. Yeah, so White Lion is it. My man crush.
Yeah, Doug, I'm glad that you brought up the Lita Ford song sounding better live, because this version, I just couldn't get into it. It's a hard song to sing along to, and I thought it was mediocre on a good day, so not a fan of that one.
Oh no! We suck again!
As much as I do like Vito's guitar playing on the White Lion song. It's a close second for me. I would give it to Winger. because of the orchestration at the beginning, and then how it just kind of slams in with the guitars. To really kick it into high gear. That one was my favorite of the three.
Well, we got a tie. White Lion 2, Winger 2, and Lita Ford 0. I don't know if Carole heard any of the songs. Should we get a tiebreaker or should we end it with a tie? Carole, do you want to unmute yourself? Do you remember the three Hungry songs?
I've heard each of them over and over again, but I don't know if I could tell you which one was which.
Okay, so not knowing which one is which, tell us which one you like the best, not knowing which one is which.
You'd have to play them for me to remember which one is.
Okay.
Do you have them?
I can, yeah, I can. You want to come in here?
Okay, I remember that one now.
Okay.
Okay, next. This one was it.
That was your favorite?
That one. That was the one. Which one's that?
I didn't really think this through because what if she would have picked Lita Ford? So Carole breaks the tie and gives it to White Lion. So we're going White Lion 3, Winger 2, and Lita Ford, a goose egg.
Here's some more Glam from the fans.
Oh, up next, we've got our segment Whitesnake with Wendy.
Yay! Well, thank you guys. I've always been a huge Whitesnake fan. I remember, I think it was 1988. I went dancing with friends in high school to Expressions. I had heard In the Still of the Night before that, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then dancing to it, and it was the strobe lights and the effects, and David Coverdale, his voice to me is unbelievable. And what I'm going to kind of talk about is just how the band has progressed and everything. And I know 1987, I remember listening to Adrian Vanderberg, one of the guitarists, talking on how he was by David Coverdale at his home, and him and John Sykes at the time, the guitar player, him and David Coverdale were having an argument, and he could hear it. And before this, David Coverdale had invited him to his house. He wanted him to join Whitesnake. There's a lot of talk about what happened, why John Sykes left the band, or if he was fired and things like that. But Adrian Vanderberg talks about the video of In the Still of the Night. And I guess they had recorded it with the old band members. And so it was John Sykes on there doing this, that almost like that, where it sounds like he's playing a cello or a bass, do. Where they play that part in the bridge of the song. It's just incredible how once they got, Adrian Vanderberg on board, and then you fast forward to 1989 where they had Steve Vai join the band, and he had a whole different song, and he was to come back. He was with Frank Zappa. So he brought this whole element, this different sound, I think, to Whitesnake. And then we get into The Deeper the Love. When that song came out, I believe it was in 1990, I think it hit number 4 in the chart. And if you listen to the song, watch the video, wow, what a different sound that Whitesnake brings. Right. And I love Whitesnake through and through, but it was this whole different sound. Steve Vai towards the middle of the song starts shredding. I don't know about shredding, but he just does his whole solo. And if you watch the video, it's funny because he comes and he's got this sleeveless shirt. all of a sudden they cut away and then they go back to David Coverdale and then they bring it back to Steve Vai and he's got like this black, I don't know, this black jacket, leather jacket. I don't know. I really like them over the years. Rudy Sarzo is also the bassist for a long time in the band. I talk to him once in a while on Instagram. Like he'll just say something back to me. Adrian Vanderberg sometimes gives me a thumbs up or he'll message, send me a little message back. So I'm all excited about it. So I guess that's kind of, I don't know. I've just always really liked the band from the time I listened to them and just listening to them over the years. Here I Go Again. And then Adrian Vanderberg's solo part. Huge fan, and really wanted to discuss them tonight. So
you guys are pounding me over the head with a Rudy Sarzo. It seems like. I never heard of the guy prior about a month ago, and now we've got Doug had a stump Doug name all the Rudy Sarzo bands, and we
Quiet
talked about
Riot. Yep. Quiet Riot, Ozzy, he played for. He's back touring with Quiet Riot again.
It just seems like all of a sudden I heard this cat's name like
where did he come from?
100 times now, and I probably have heard him in the past, but that's Doug's forte, and they couldn't stump him because Doug rattled off all the bands that Rudy was in. But when we talked to Brian last week, same thing. A little bit of Rudy Sarza came up, and now you bring in Rudy Sarza up. So I have a harder time knowing the difference on the sounds or whatever. I bet if I go back and listen, I'd be. But I just wanted to ask you, as a Whitesnake fan of all of it, were you disappointed a little bit, or how did you accept the sound change?
I still love them. They brought this whole different dimension. I don't know, Steve Vai being kind of that virtuoso. I don't know. I still liked him. I still liked it. I still liked where it went. I know Vivian Campbell was in the band as well at one point, but I like Steve Vai in there. Some people don't. Some people say he was taking too many chances. I liked how he sounded. I liked it both. I really did.
So it didn't have like a big split, like a Van Halen type of split.
I was just thinking of that. No, it didn't for me. I still like them. Do I still like the Here I Go Again? Love Ain't No Stranger. And all that. Oh my gosh, yes. But it didn't bother me. I guess it didn't make me go, no, it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought the Slip of the Tongue album, it was good. It was a good follow-up to, I'd call it the original self-titled album. The difference in the band members does make a difference. I don't think it's as much as going from David Lee Roth to Sammy Hagar type of Van Halen sound. I would almost equate the type of sound just because John Sykes' guitar playing is so distinctive. The Blue Murder album that came in 1989 has a little bit more of the Whitesnake self-titled album sound to it than the Slip of the Tongue Whitesnake album does for me. I could listen to both of those two albums, the self-titled one and the Blue Murder album, and have a hard time deciding which one I like better. Ironically, John Sykes and Vivian Campbell, who were both in Whitesnake at one point, went for the Steve Clark replacement in Death Effort, and they went with Vivian Campbell. They thought he fit in the band a little bit better with the songwriting, and kind of wonder how that would have went. John Sykes did go on to do a second Blue Murder album, but he was pretty destroyed that the first one wasn't successful and kind of became a little recluse after that.
Now, Slip of the Tongue still did really well, but because of 1987's self-titled, that thing, I don't know how many platinum it went. Do you guys still feel like it was a disappointment, or did they get that many because of the piggyback? And the true Whitesnake fans like Wendy can love them, but maybe it dipped off because of that. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I don't know that Slip of the Tongue would have been a disappointment. How do you follow up a nearly perfect album? It's almost comparing.
Agreed.
Adrenalize probably sold close to 7 million copies, but it wasn't as good as Hysteria. I mean, you're not going to beat perfection, and having the entire band change, there is some chemistry there. It's hard to build that on one album.
Doug, being a guitar guy, you would probably notice it the most as far as the sound. Did that bother you?
No, it was different. It would have been interesting to see what the album would have sounded, because Adrian wrote the whole record, and then he developed the tendonitis, so he was having trouble when they were doing the backing tracks or the pre-production stuff. So and that's when David brought in Steve Vai to finish off the record. So basically it's Adrian's songs with Steve throwing his little embellishments on top of it. And so Steve recorded the whole record, but it's all Adrian's songs he wrote.
Did you like the embellishments because of the virtuoso? I can't even say it either, Wendy.
I can't either, Mike. I can't either.
Virtuoso.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of Steve Vai, just it sounds like Steve Vai isms on all over there.
Okay, so
but
how many different bands is Steve Vai? Because he did a lot of solo stuff, but like he was in Dave Lee Roth.
Yep.
And who else was he with?
Zappa, Frank.
Yeah, he started out Zappa, Frank Zappa's sideman. Then
Okay.
had the solo stuff, then David Lee Roth, and Whitesnake,
Okay.
and then he just went solo, all the solo stuff after that.
So Wendy, do you know much about David Coverdale? Was he hard to work with?
Yeah, that's what I'm reading. I mean, you read all different things, right? I watched interviews, and some of the band members are so eloquent. Like Adrian Vanderberg has nothing. He's still in contact with David Coverdale. I think they still talk. I know David Coverdale just retired recently. Some stuff online when stuff is posted, they're like, "Oh, Coverdale's hard to work with," and he's gone through so many bandmates. I mean, Tommy Aldrich has been kind of a staple for them for a long time, and he's so good. I think I love Tommy Aldrich on the drums. So yeah, do I hear it? Not necessarily from, like, again, Rudy Sarzo interviews, Adrian Vanderberg interviews. Yeah, just comments underneath if you look at the YouTube posts or whatever.
Why was John Sykes asked to leave? Was it a talent thing?
Well, David Coverdale, when they were doing the writing for the record, he had an undiagnosed sinus infection.
Okay.
And after a while, it got into his throat and he developed serious, like he had to have surgery on whatever messed up his vocal cords. While he was recovering, he couldn't sing for the longest time. So John Sykes was a workaholic. So he pretty much kind of took over being a producer for the record. He just worked day and night. And that's why the record is such a beast, because he had like a year of just going over, layering guitars on top and improving this, improving that, making it better. And at the very end, he finally started getting so impatient, because at that point they didn't know if David Coverdale was going to recover. So he went to Geffen and wanted to replace David as the singer. And then when that got back to David, that's when he popped a gasket and basically fired the whole band. He had toured for the record Slide It In Europe, and Vandenberg opened for him at one of the European festivals. So that's when David met him, and he loved his style. And he said, someday we're going to work together. We're going to write something together. So when he got rid of Sykes, everything was finished except for the one solo for Here I Go Again. So Adrian recorded that. If I got the story right, so when they showed up the day of recording the video for Still in the Night, Adrian walks in and there's Vivian Campbell. And at that point, I don't think Adrian realized he wasn't going to be the only guitar player. He thought he was just replacing John Sykes. Oh, I guess we're a 2-guitar band now. So the whole band met for the first time on the video shoot.
I remember hearing that, Doug. That is still one of my favorite songs of theirs. The crescendos, how it builds, it's a masterpiece. Thank you, Doug. Wow, you've got a great memory. Amazing.
There was one part I heard when John Sykes supposedly went to the label and said, we need a new singer, whether that was him that initiated that or whether it was Geffen. But when it came time for Sykes to confront Coverdale about being kicked out of the band, Coverdale went and locked himself in his car and wouldn't get out. John Sykes wanted to talk to him, and that was kind of the end of their relationship from what I understand. Not sure how much of that is true, but I don't know if they ever talked with each other after that happened.
Well, it's on the internet now, so it must be true.
Right.
So now going into the Slip of the Tongue album, what do you like about that album?
Again, I like a lot of like Steve Vai and his playing. It's a different sound. But it's still really good. Again, you still have David Coverdale singing. I love that you still have some of the band in there, but it kind of took it to a different level. And I guess, like, was that Brad that said perfection? It's kind of like you go from perfection. I don't know. I like the overall sound. I like where it went. And it was a little bit, I don't want to say edgier, but again, with like Steve Vai's like solos in there and stuff like that. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I liked it. Like it and liked it. So
okay, so you still like it. It still holds water today.
I still listen to Whitesnake in the car all the time. I can't even tell you, all the time.
So were you a Whitesnake fan prior to 87's album?
No, I mean, well, I guess I did hear Slow and Easy when I was watching videos back. I think it was like 1983 or 84. I can't remember. It was like Fox Tracks or Night Tracks or something. And I remember watching Slow and Easy. And my brother was trying to play that on his guitar. And so, I mean, I guess yeah, I liked it. I really liked it. I thought it was good. Was I Still of the Night really did it for me. That really locked me in. Slow and Easy. I liked the playing. I liked his voice. I thought he was real catchy. And I heard he came from Deep Purple before that. So I was like, oh, okay. But no, I would have to say their self-titled album did it for me. That was hands down. Hands down.
Now, have you seen them live back in the day?
My mom didn't let me go to any concerts. My brother went to Motley Crue, all these things. My mom was like, you're too young. You're a girl. You're not going. So no, I didn't. I would have loved to have gone, but friends of mine went and kind of rubbed it in my face. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they loved it. They said it was wonderful. I can't remember who played. It was in Green Bay. It was like Whitesnake, and I can't remember anymore. And they're like, oh, it was a great show and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't want to hear about it. I know I was really happy about it. I was happy about it, but I was kind of a little bit jealous at the time, being a 17-year-old jealous, but no, never got to see him in concert.
Brad or Doug, did you get to see Whitesnake live?
On the 87 tour, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was just trying to look up. I can't remember who opened for him.
And so you would have been a young guy when that. So who did you go with?
High school buddies.
Yeah.
And I just loved the best part to me was when Adrian and Vivian got up and did their dueling guitar solos. And it was like the longest thing. I was just in Nirvana. That was like, oh. And I was more of a Vivian Campbell fan because I obviously coming from Dio, I knew more about him than Adrian. I'm like, go Viv, go, kick his ass, go.
Now, didn't he play with Def Leppard too?
Vivian?
Yeah.
He's in there now.
He's in there now.
For like the last 15, 20 years.
So after, what's his name, passed?
Yeah, Steve Clark.
Steve Clark, yeah. Thought I recognized that name. Anything else, Wendy, on Whitesnake that you want to talk about?
No, I really love their hair. I do. And I know that, I don't know. When I think of the 80s, I mean, yes, I think of Bon Jovi. I think of Motley Crue, obviously. I grew up listening to Motley Crue when I was 11 years old in 6th grade when they came out with Shout at the Devil. But I love their hair. All of them. It was always on point. I thought it was a staple for the 80s. What is the 80s hair band? Them.
Okay, so you're not offended by the title hair band?
Like no. Oh gosh, no. I wish it would come back. I wish guys would wear their hair like that again. So Mike, you get points for it, and so does my husband Jaret. No, I love the 80s. I do. I do.
So if you could go back to that time, 17-year-old, maybe sneaking out of the house to go see him, or what would you tell your younger self back in that time frame?
I would say go and just enjoy it. They're in their prime. This music is not going to last. Enjoy it. I think I took it for granted. You know what I mean? And I would tell myself someday you are going to be holding up a phone and you're going to be talking to them and they're going to be able to like what you're saying. And I would have thought I was crazy, but that's what I probably would say. And I would just say, enjoy it, and the future is going to hold a lot of different things. And wow.
All right, so we're going to tag all these folks that you talk about. So when we do tag them in these shorts, what do you want to say to them by name? So I could tag them. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Give them a shout out or whatever, and so we can get some interaction. And we'd love, if any of you are watching, that you'd love to come on the show and chat with us. That'd be awesome too. So what would you like to say to these guys?
Well, Adrian, you're still traveling. You're still posting all of your shows that you're doing. You always engage with your fans. You comment back. You're amazing. And you're still out there and still doing all these shows. You're doing these boat cruises and things. Amazing. David Coverdale, we miss you. We know you just recently retired. I know your wife, Cindy Coverdale, on Instagram, and sometimes she'll comment on things that I say. David, your voice is unmatched. I think you had that beautiful voice. You brought like a blues kind of feel. Amazing. Rudy, you're still playing with Quiet Riot. You're still I think they came to Wisconsin last year. I wasn't able to, we had something going on, but you're amazing. Is such an amazing bass player. Oh my gosh, outstanding. Tommy Aldrich, I've seen you play the drums with your hands. I mean, you are unstoppable. I think I can't say enough. I can't say enough. I'm going to give a shout out to, yeah, Vivian Campbell, who was also, well, Steve Vai and Vivian Campbell. I know they were, I saw Def Leppard back in 2020 or 2022 live. Amazing show. Amazing. Vivian, you are still rocking it. Steve Vai, you're always doing your solo things and you're always posting on Instagram. He's still traveling around and just wonderful. He's so engaging to his fans and younger fans. He's always welcoming them in and giving them tips and little things. So I might not know everything about Whitesnake, but I'm going to tell you what I do know is how they touch my heart and how each of these members have touched my heart over the years. And it changes your life. You know, it got me through things in high school and breakups and everything else. And it's like they were singing to me. So sorry, Jaret. Well, he's outside, so he doesn't hear that. That's prior to Jaret. So sorry, Jaret. But again, their music just spoke to me. So I love them. Absolutely love them.
Brad or Doug, do you got anything else to say on Whitesnake? I don't know if it touched you as it touched Wendy. But
it's just interesting. I mean, all this discussion about the 87 record and Tawny's name hasn't come up.
Oh,
in the iconic video of all videos.
Shame on me for that. She was in so many videos and a beautiful woman. I'm sorry, Doug. I should have. I wrote her in my notes for tonight, and I forgot.
Well, we are going to discuss one of their songs later, and she's in the video, so we got plenty of chances to talk. Tawny.
Oh, good. Okay. Beautiful woman, you know.
Yeah, and then we do have to show Jaret on the car. Dancing on the car.
That's right. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Oh, speaking of Tawny Katane, for all of she dated a couple of members from Rat. She dated Jerry Seinfeld. She ended up marrying a baseball player. She's still most remembered for dancing on Whitesnake's car.
Mm-hmm. And did you just say Seinfeld?
Yeah, she was in an episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, I thought you said she dated Jerry Seinfeld. I'm like, okay, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, she dated the blonde. She did. The blonde from Rat. I can't. The one who passed.
Robin Crosby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the model that's on the first two Rat records.
Right.
With the rats going up her stockings.
Out of the cellar. Wasn't it out of the
And the EP, the first one also. She was on both of them.
So, Wendy, when you hear, I think it's Bowling for Soup, 1985, when you hear that song, do you get a little nostalgic?
1985. She was going to shake her ass on the hood of Whitesnake's car.
I'll insert clip.
She was going to shake her ass on the hood of Whitesnake's car.
Claudia Schiffer, I remember reading that they wanted to have her in one of the Whitesnake videos, but then they ended up having Tawny on instead.
I did hear that.
And one more note on that, Mike, when we were talking about Vivian Campbell being in Def Leppard. So a while ago, he was going through his cancer treatments, and whenever he needed a break, someone we're going to see here in 2 weeks, Steve Brown from Trickster. He's like the fill-in for any time Def Leppard needs a replacement guitar player for whatever reason. So if we get to chat with him and a meet and greet.
Yeah, hopefully that works out.
Something we can ask him about.
Have you heard the new John Sykes postmortem album, EP or whatever that they put out?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there's this. I mean, he's got a song, "My Guitar." We talked a little bit about the show. It's actually pretty good.
Thank God for my guitar, the savior of my life. I'm singing.
Check that out.
Once again, John would come in with this intense, really intense. When he finished doing a take, he was red-faced with exertion of, even if he was sitting down doing the performance.
Yeah, I know, Brad, you talked about like wishing that these guys would put this music out before they pass.
Obviously a super tragic passing here in the world of rock and metal. When you joined Whitesnake, you weren't going to sound like John Sykes and you weren't going to try to sound like John Sykes.
Well, he was such a phenomenal rock guitar player. I mean, when that Whitesnake record came out, we were all just stunned. He really captured that audio real estate with a guitar tone and a playing style that created like a fever. He really has a stamp in his musical DNA, and he delivered so much. He was really a great player and a great guitar orchestrator.
What's stopping these artists from doing that?
There's like the question you posed before about David Coverdale being hard to work with. Is that true when you hear a lot about the bands and how they're, the interpersonal workings of the band? I mean, obviously drugs play a factor and egos play a factor, but a lot of these guys argue over songwriting credits because that's where the real money is made. If you write a hit song, that is a big deal. And from what I've heard, John Sykes didn't really see much in the way of residuals from that self-titled album. So that's one of the things that I think he was kind of guarded on his music over the years in terms of releasing it and kind of keeping it real close to his vest. It's a real tragedy that My Guitar song that was just released a couple of months ago came out after his death, because it is a really great song that probably would have done well if he was able to market it himself. But now that he's gone, it's just here's something to remember John by.
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of faded away from, there was big pump up, early on, and it's kind of faded away. So you're right. There's no promotion on it. But next up, we've got our Fishing for Flashbacks segment. The first set of songs is our Fan 5. You, the viewers, gave us 5 songs to go fishing for. First up is Union, Love, I Don't Need It Anymore. I've been really getting into John Corabi lately. We just saw him open up for Tom Kiefer. I didn't realize that he was the singer of this song until after I found out, when we were going to see him. And I was looking up his set list and I saw him playing the song and I'm like, oh, wait, he's the singer of it. And it makes sense now that I know. So I was looking forward to him playing. And of course, he didn't play that song at our show. Lambs on the face, another day begins. So that was disappointing. The vocals are great. The song is catchy. The lyrics paint a picture of this person, and what they're going through. Such a great song. All around. The solo feels like it's telling an additional story. About this person. They open up a story where the ending always turns out right. Really love the bye-bye at the end. Bye-bye. The song is not a downer, it's an upbeat song, but with kind of a downer story. I don't know, it just kind of like, you could just feel like what she's going through with relationships, but they didn't do it in a sad, depressing way. It was like, okay, bye-bye. At the end.
So this was a new one for me, and it's so hard to keep up sometimes on all the super groups and collaborations. And so after listening to this a bit and then looking up who was in the band, I'm like, oh, just like you, I'm like, oh, wow, that's John Corabi. And then, oh, that's Bruce Kulick on guitar. So, and it formed by both of them going through the same situation where Kiss decided to go back to all original members. So Bruce was out of a job, and then Motley went back to Vince. So then John Corabi was out, so they got together together and started writing, and they must have really hit it off as the whole entire band, because even though they only did this one record, they stayed working on each other's projects after they kind of all spread out and started doing other things. But like Bruce Kulick had 2 solo records after this, and the whole band showed up and recorded that with them. So that's just a test on what good brotherhood they had on and connections they made. I loved it. I actually been going back to this more than any other song in our list. Between replaying this and then going over Brian's stuff on Loveblast and his solo stuff, that's been in heavy rotation for me.
Yeah, I thought the guitars were good. It had, I don't know why, to me, it kind of had like a grunge sort of feel to it. I liked it though. The guitars were good, catchy. Yeah, I felt like I kept kind of going back to it as well. Like, oh, I'm going to listen to this one again. So no, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I agree with the grunge tone. I think coming off of the last thing that Kiss recorded with Bruce Kulick was the Carnival of Souls sessions. They were really experimenting with some grunge type stuff. Depending what you think of the 94 version of Motley Crue with John on vocals, you could argue that there's some grunge tones to that too. So I think they were kind of experimenting with that type of sound, and at that time it was still getting some rotation. Along with the other light rock groups like the Blink-182s and those. But yeah, it was good to see that they were able to keep it going. And like Doug said, it was just the one record, but they stayed together and continued to play on each other's projects. So
I've been listening to a lot more of that 94 Motley Crue, and we've talked about this in the past because Motley Crue was just everything to me, and I did not give that album one chance at all. But with Brian bringing it up last week and us talking about Smoke in the Sky and some of the other ones, I'm really digging a lot of the sound. I do still wish it wasn't called Motley Crue, and I understand why it was, but if it wasn't called Motley Crue, I would have probably really dug that album back in the day. And there's some pretty good songs that I've listened to from that now. Not all of them, but like there's some pretty good songs, but I can't put them in the same category as Dr. Feelgood or that kind of stuff. Next up, we've got XYZ, Inside Out.
I've dug this band for a long time. This was the one album that I was familiar with, that I remember from back in the day. They have a good sound, and in revisiting this one, I didn't realize it at the time. Don Dokken is the producer on this one. So this is one that he was working on in between Dokken breaking up and before he did his solo album. And he didn't really speak fondly of the experience of producing this with them, because he thought with the vocals, the lead singer's vocals, he tried to work with them in terms of not sounding as much like Dokken as they did, and you can kind of hear a little bit of a Dokken sound to it. And I don't know if it's because of the production or if it's more the singing. I thought it sounded good, but I'm curious what your thoughts were on this one, Doug.
Yeah, this one I played over and over. This is one of the songs when I finally get the guitar out and start jamming. This is one of the first ones. It's such a fun riff. Play. And never got a chance to see him live, which is too bad. And Terry, I think his last name is Ilois or something like that. So after XYZ, then he sang for Great White in the other version that we didn't see. Yeah, killer track. The whole record is, I love it front to back.
Ironically, since we're talking a lot of Whitesnake tonight, it has a bit of a Whitesnake feel for me. Very catchy chorus. The video, they're singing in a desert with some hot chicks dancing by the fire at night. And then during the day they're pouring water on themselves. Not a lot really to it, like lyrically, or the finger tapping guitar solo goes good with the song. It's got a pretty good groove. When no means yes, we got to draw the line. That was kind of interesting lyric. No means yes, we got to draw the line. Probably not going to fly in 2026. Not really. Again, not really a lot to the lyrics. Come on, do it again. But the song is pretty great. Come on, do it again.
I can't believe this. I wrote down, you know what I wrote down, you guys? Has a Dokken feel to it. And then you just told me this, and I'm blown away. I thought the harmonies were amazing. Very catchy. I liked his voice. Beautiful voice. The guitar solo in there. I think it was 1989, if I'm correct. It came out, I think I read. I liked it. I thought it was excellent. I've always been a huge Dokken fan. George Lynch on guitar. Loved it.
That happens a lot on this show where all of a sudden we'll talk about something. And I remember going back to a couple episodes ago, we were talking about Kane Roberts. And I was like, this song's like, something Cher could sing.
And it's funny that you say Cher because I didn't realize this. I put down that it could be done by many artists around that time, male or female. Mm-hmm. I could see, oh my goodness, my notes. Sorry. I wrote these notes a couple of days ago. I forgot I wrote this, but I'll start over. It could be done by many artists at the time, male or female. I could see Hart or Cher singing this. It's weird that I put Cher. Did I know that? Or
your subconscious may have leaked it, or you predicted the future, which happened in 1989. One of the two.
Well, Cher did sing it. I just didn't know that, but it's like, it felt like a song Cher could sing. But yeah, so that doesn't surprise me that, you thought about Don Dokken, and that just seems to come up a lot in this show. Next up, we've got Lion, Power Love. Kind of has that early 80s power metal vocals. She's too hot. But she's not going to be able to resist his power love creeping up on her. So whatever he's packing, going to really make her want to stay. The guitar solo is pretty good. Music's pretty good, pretty hard rocking song live, I bet. I can't decide if I like his vocals or not. The background vocal echoes were really good. I'm still kind of torn if I actually like the vocals on this one, but what you gonna do?
Because I was going to say the same thing, kind of has the early 80s, mid 80s sound to it. And Brian had brought Doug Aldrich's name up last week. So this was the first thing people kind of familiar with Doug Aldrich's career on this song. And I agree with you the same that the guitars were great. The vocals, especially during the verse part, just to me didn't project out enough. It was like the vocals weren't strong enough compared to, the quality of the guitars and the rest of the mix.
I like the riff at the beginning. I don't know why to me, and it probably doesn't, but to me it sounded a little bit, it reminded me of Rat. Maybe it's just that 80s feel. I liked it. I just love the 80s feel to it. I thought he had a good voice too.
You're not offended by the lyrics at
No,
all?
no, you know what? My brother used to play everything. I mean, no, I grew up with a brother, so no, I'm not. You know what I mean? So no, not really. It was okay.
I thought this song was decent. I'm familiar with this band. They're a good band. The album that this song is on, I think there's better songs on this album. There's a song called Never Surrender that's pretty good. They also did the theme to the Transformers movie. That came out in 1984, the animated one. They just kind of dissolved before things got really successful for them. 15 minutes of fame went pretty quick for them.
Next up, we've got Hurricane. The Girls Are Out Tonight. No lyrics available anywhere for this song. AI wasn't helping. Just giving me like the vibe of this song as a group of girls getting ready to go out on the town, party song for the girls. So maybe like a bachelorette party kind of feel. There is a video that somebody put together to clips from the movie Prom Night. Another great solo. Leading into a bit of a breakdown. Girls are out tonight. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then it leads into another partial solo. I think it's a really fun song. And the cover is right up there with Lillian Axe that Brad picked. So I don't know if Brad's going to need to take a break or not.
Oh, yeah. That is a good one.
I said it was good guitars. I liked the beginning a lot. And then I guess it was okay for me. It wasn't one of my favorites. But I did think the guitars at the beginning were good. So probably wasn't my favorite on the list, but
You didn't play it at your bachelorette party?
no, I did not. I did not.
Yeah, this one is a little bit like Lion for me. I like this album. I like this band. I thought there were better songs on this album than this one. I thought this one was just okay. It probably went about 45 seconds too long. For me, this was getting a little too repetitive. Or by the time it was done, I kind of had enough of it. Hats off to Kelly Hansen for being able to front a Foreigner for a while after Lou Graham's departure. So this is one of those bands that, had some staying power beyond Hurricane. So good one to remember and revisit.
Yeah, this one, I love Hurricane. So Hurricane's actually the first rock band I ever saw. They opened up for Stryper on the To Hell with the Devil tour. So this was my intro. And I like to think of Hurricane as quasi Quiet Riot. Because here we go, Mike, another Sarzo.
Oh my goodness. Is he on this band too?
No, but his brother is.
Oh, that's right. I think my brother told me that his brother was in it. Okay.
So Rudy Sarzo, bass player, Quiet Riot. His brother Robert was in Hurricane.
Is he? He's not the Doctor?
No.
That's a
and
different
Carlos Cavazo of Quiet Riot, guitar player. His brother Tony played bass in Hurricane. So it's like the two brothers were in the two bands.
Oh, Dubro's brother is the plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't play in Hurricane though.
No. So yeah, and Brad's right. I mean, maybe Hurricane Coming might have been a little stronger song, and I think most people know I'm On to You from the second record. It's probably a little bit more well-known song. They only had, I think, two records with this lineup, and then Doug Aldrich from Lion. When he left Lion, then he joined Hurricane. And
Really?
Doug Aldrich has kind of developed a repertoire of being a gun axe slinger for hire. So he, has went from Lion to Hurricane to Whitesnake. He was in Dio. He's been in just about everything.
Wow.
And
I should see if I can get AI to draw a map and have him go to each band.
Yeah. more who hasn't he played with, more what he has. Yeah, and then Kelly Hansen, been the singer for Foreigner for like the past 20 years, and he just retired last year, and he said he just got married for first time at like 62. So he decided, okay, I want to enjoy married life, and time for me to get off the road.
You like the song?
Every song, because being the first concert I went to, this cassette was over and over and over for me. So I know every song on this.
Nice.
Yeah, so it makes me feel like a 16-year-old Doug again.
And good that you said 16-year-old Doug, because I can find a 16-year-old Doug picture. Then, Brad, I need some pictures of you with playing bass, though. I had a hard time. I scoured your Facebook for when you're like, yeah, I played bass for a bit, and then I went to me when you were talking, and then I just found all my stuff and put a song on there. I'm like, I gotta get Brad to get some of his pictures. But next up, we've got TNT, 10,000 Lovers in One. 10,000 lovers. For me, it has a Europe feel to it. I kept hearing Europe throughout the whole song. Maybe you'll tell me that people in Europe were in this band. I don't know, but it just felt like Europe to me. Really very few lyrics to this song, but I believe what he's talking about metaphorically. With this gal being 10,000 lovers in one, kind of a short solo. The video kind of typical. They're all on a platform with wind blowing through their hair. It's short and sweet.
Yeah, so they sound European because the band is from Finland, except for singer Tony Harnell, who's American. And it's too bad they didn't get more traction here in the States. This and like one other song is all they're really known for. Seems like I've known her 1,000 years. But with his 4-octave voice, I mean, if they would have got more traction, he would have been up there with the Jeff Tates and the Milo. And what I like about it, I mean, because Ronnie Latrica, the guitar player, he's got such great phrasing in his guitar playing. And a lot of the European guitar players, to me, sound different because you can feel they have that classical music like in their DNA from, hearing it so much raising up, whereas more Americans probably hear more blues and R&B. Not as much classical influence. For this record in 87, they actually in Finland outsold Def Leppard and Michael Jackson.
Wow.
So so way bigger in Europe than they ever got here, unfortunately.
I thought it was slow. It was real nice at the beginning. I love the harmonies, very pretty. I have to say that really stuck out to me a lot. I love harmonies. Beautiful sound. I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought this was a good song. Familiar with this band, they have a good sound. I think there's probably some other songs in their catalog that are better than this one, but overall, liked it.
Oh, and this one was another instance of misheard lyrics for me.
Okay.
Forever, ever, I thought the lyric was go, she knows the way love should be, a fire burning out in the sheets. She knows the And then I read the lyrics when I'm like, oh, it's fire burning endlessly. Oh, I kind of like my version better.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have our Fishing for Flashbacks segment. Each of us pick one song that maybe deserve a little attention and a little life pump back into it for another listen. First up, we've got Whitesnake, Still of the Night.
I'm going to give it a 10, 100 out of 10. Love it. There's so many things. Again, I could go on and on about that song. The beginning. How it builds and builds and builds, and it gets like. And then it goes back to being very calm. It tells a story. Even if you didn't watch the video, I think it tells a story with everything going on. It gives me the chills. I could go on and on all night.
Is it your absolute favorite Whitesnake song?
Honest to God, it's my absolute favorite. I still love The Deeper the Love. But there's something about the Still of the Night that just...
It set the hook.
It set the hook. And it's so powerful in so many ways. So...
Well, speaking of the video, Tawny is a little warm in the beginning of this video. It's a classic song. It may have gone away, and I don't know how much life we're pumping back into it, but this is just one of those classic songs. Going back to the video, everybody's on a platform and they're all grinding. It's crazy. And then you got the Coverdale in front of this like moon circle thing where he's you know gyrating and dancing in front of that. But then there's this great breakdown about the 2:15 mark. It brings the song like way down, like you said, telling a story. It goes down for even about a minute or so, and then it goes into the strings where he's playing, you know, the strings on the guitar, which is awesome. And then it picks up into the solo. The riff is excellent. Ooh, mama. Ooh, mama. I want to sing like Doug. Ooh, mama. Ooh, mama. Pretty cool, and the video doesn't let us forget about Tawny at the end.
They throw David Coverdale. My favorite is it says like the sex police. Can I say that? I
You
think
can
it says
say
like the sex police, and they throw him in the back of the van at the end, and they shut the door. It's just excellent. I don't know. People, you know, today, I don't know if the people of today would love it quite as much, the younger crowd as much as the Gen Xers, and I don't know, but I love it.
Well, the sex police is at a different level than the lyric police.
Right. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, Still of the Night, definitely one of their top songs. Love this one. It's right up there for me. Those first three songs on the self-titled album, Crying in the Rain. Bad Boys. Still of the Night. Just listening to those three right out of the gate are just such excellent songs in terms of the guitar work. And how loud and how those riffs just really take you into a different place.
It was the masterpiece to me on this record, you know, right from the intro, first chord. Probably inspired so many guitar players to go out and buy a violin bow, try to recreate John Sykes' violin part in the middle, where he kind of stole that from Jimmy Page, did stuff like that in Led Zeppelin. But yeah, and like you're saying, the breakdown where he brings it all the way down, and then just, you know, you get the bass and you get the all the oohs and ahs.
Can't keep away. Can't keep away. Can't
Yeah.
keep
Can't
away.
keep away.
Yeah.
Oh, can't keep away. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Better than I would have.
And, you know, and then just wrap it up with a kick-ass solo. You know, from John Sykes, and, you know, what else can you say about it?
Up next, we've got Loveblast, Wild Forever. Love this song. Love this song. Before even talking to Brian, I've been playing the crap out of it. And even love it more. So for those that haven't seen it yet, we talked with Brian Durbin, who is the founder of Loveblast.
I was trying to make my own version of like a rock and roll all night.
Throw your hands up, put them together. Come on now. Come on.
Had a great conversation with him. Check it out in our last episode.
When I originally put that one together, it was actually way slower. It was actually supposed to be more like a feel from like the Motley Crue 94 album. Or I was like, all right, why don't we go a little bit more of like a little bit more modern sound, still like rooted in like the hair metal.
Scream, shout, louder than ever. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So many good songs that I'm sure many people haven't heard. So I'm hoping this thing gets out there and gets going.
Your head is aching and your back is sore.
He's got a great intro. The Sujra.
Caesura.
Got how to say this.
Caesura.
Sujra.
Caesura.
Sujra.
Caesura.
Do you remember that?
I think it was a jus.
Caesura.
Jusra.
Caesura.
Sujura.
Caesura.
Oh my gosh.
How do you spell it? How did you spell it?
S-U-H and then Z-H-U-O-O-R-A.
Caesura.
Sujura. Sujura?
Caesura.
I think you're getting
S-C-H
what?
This is
I
going to
don't remember.
cut it out. All right. So
right on the screen with like how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely do that.
Caesura.
All right. Great intro with a Caesura.
Caesura.
Caesura. That's going to have to do it for now. And then it kicks into a rockin' riff. Toes will tap without your brain even recognizing that they're going to tap to this song.
Throw your hands up, put them together. Come on now, come on.
Just a really great party song. Makes me want to headbang when the chorus kicks in, and literally when I'm working.
Scream, shout, louder than ever. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I told him that during the interview. It's like, when this song comes on, like I got to stop auditing and start headbanging when it comes on.
Throw your hands up, put them together. Come on now.
When that chorus kicks in.
I was pissed. Like, I wanted, like, some heavier shit.
Come on. Come on now. Come on. Come on now.
And then I was working on the demo with the producer, and he was just like, yeah. I could just tell he wasn't into it. I was like, well, what do you think we need to do here? He's like, why don't you speed this thing up and, like, really rock it?
Your hands up, put them together. Come on now. Come on now.
In the video, girls fighting playfully.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your head is
you know, and a lot of seductive stuff. It seems to be a theme of some of those songs, and then he does this here we go, like right before the chorus. Just like gets everybody ready, like here we go, we're gonna rock out now. The solo is awesome. I love how Brian described it as actually being an easier solo to play, that he can sell it with the crowd.
The guitar solo was one of my favorite guitar solos that I ever did. The nice part about that was it was actually one of the easier ones too. So it was like, oh yeah, like I could sell it live.
And then Come On Now, right before getting you ready for the solo, it's like, come on now. Like he warms us up in each part. I think it's very anthemic and great for workouts. A breakdown at about 2.5 minute mark is awesome. It's short and sweet. Throw your hands up, put them together. Wish I could go back in time and watch this live again. Doug and I watched them open up for Every Mother's Nightmare and Pretty Boy Floyd and Dangerous Toys. Probably what got me hooked on them to begin with. It was by far my favorite act of the night, and they only played a few songs, so that kind of sucks. I wish I could remember. I remember the feel of, because we went up to talk to them afterwards and bought the merch or whatever, and I just love how it ends. It's a freaking awesome tune.
Yeah, and it's too bad we didn't know more about him before we saw him. Like, if we could have pre-listened to all these songs and knew them, I mean, this would have been a great song to start the concert with. You know, just trying to get people get their hands up. Throw your hands up, put them together. Come on now. Jump, you know, start, fist pumping. Come on now, scream, shout. And he is such a kick-ass guitar player. He's so versatile. And the thing I like now that I've been listening to a lot of jumping around to some of his different stuff, his guitar tone changes so much. Like on this one, the guitar tone is more dry, and it sounds to me more like a Jakey Lee, like Badlands, where it's, very dry, no reverb. Kind of flat, and I think it just suited the song perfectly.
Throw your hands up, put them together. Come on now.
Can we talk about his voice? I mean, I thought it was excellent. The guitar riff. Here we go, like you said, Mike, it just kind of gets you fired up.
Here we go.
Very catchy, excellent, fun. One that you want to turn up in your car and
Throw your hands up, put them together.
And just get you all fired up for the day.
Come on now, scream, shout, light at the number. Yeah.
Loved it. Really, really did. Very good.
Throw your hands up, put them together. Come on now.
Careful with the speeding tickets, though. You play a song like this.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, Loveblast was lightning in a bottle. When we talked to
Brian
a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about his experience with those first couple albums, it sounded like you guys saw them open when they were really kind of at their peak.
So October 17th, 2015.
Okay, so a month after that is when I got contacted by
Wow.
him.
So we kind of got lucky because we might never know who you were.
Yeah.
And now he's doing the Only Jams stuff on his own and doing his own. But yeah, there really was something with this particular band at the time. They had something going with a real good sound. So I wonder if he'll bring that back at some point.
Yeah, and I feel like it was such a great interview that, I think he hadn't really thought of these songs in a while. And he even said, like, he wondered if anybody really even cared. There's people that dug this and we're still talking, and they didn't come out in the 80s. They sound like they would have came out in the late 80s, early 90s. but they came out in the 2000s. You know,
Mm.
he's a younger guy and wrote all of it himself. And it would be nice to be able to hear this live. I don't think he plays these songs live, from what I understand. You know, he does a lot of his solo stuff on those shows, but he plays for Hairbangers Ball now. But yeah, I don't even remember which songs he did at that show, but it could have been more than like 5 songs. It was a short set because there was 4 bands that night, and I do remember liking them better than any of the other 3 that were there. So hope to get Brian out here soon again, and he's got more music coming out, so give it a listen. Next up, we've got Savatage, When the Crowds Are Gone.
Yeah, it almost feels strange to bring up a Savatage song for a Fishing for Flashbacks because they've been such a huge staple in heavy rotation of bands that I listened to at the time, right up until they basically transformed themselves into Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And if you haven't seen them live, that's as close to an 80s arena rock concert with a Christmas theme that you can get in this day and age. The lights and the lasers and the fire, it's anything big that you can think of. I think they have 19 semis hauling all the stuff for those shows, and after seeing it I was just blown away. But in terms of Savatage, yeah, this was one of the great ballads from one of the great albums when John was still doing the vocals. John Oliva and Paul O'Neill were kind of the brains behind Savatage. They ended up changing singers for the Edge of Thorns album in '93. I actually like Zach Stevens' vocals on those 2 albums that they did a little bit better than John's vocals. After the guitar player, Chris Oliva, the brother of the singer, after he was killed in a car crash, that along with, grunge coming along, and then the idea of transforming into Trans-Siberian Orchestra, that's kind of a quick history of Savatage. Their sound was so unique, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. They were almost like a progressive metal version of Styx. They were almost a theatrical sound, and they're probably a little too ahead of their time. I don't know if people weren't taking them serious because of the name of the band or what it was. I thought they deserved a lot more success than what they got. Having said that, they're out there filling arenas, in between November and January every year with 2 touring groups, and just about all of those members of Savatage, minus John Oliva, are performing in those 2 touring groups. So they're still out there, they're still making great music, and they're kind of legendary in my mind. I wouldn't even consider this particular song one of their best ballads that they have. We could almost do an entire show on Savatage.
So Paul O'Neill became the producer. I think it was on the 4th record, Hollow Mountain King, and almost became like, the 5th member. And he had a really good writing style with John Oliva. And I think Paul O'Neill is credited with writing a lot of the lyrics. So what you're going to be talking about should be directed towards Paul O'Neill. Yeah, this song, so haunting. And it did kind of grip me like it did you. A fading musician. At the end, knowing that, like a lot of football players talk about this too, about how once they get done playing, it's like they're so into being one thing. A football player, when their playing days are end, a lot of them, some guys have a hard time adjusting to normal life once, they're done playing. And then that was kind of the meaning in this song. What does he do when, the lights are off and crowds ain't there anymore? And he is the song and the song is him. And yeah.
I think this song is the one that grew on me the most this week. The very first couple listens, I was like, what are we listening to? I have heard of the band. I think I knew about the Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing. I think our old worship pastor is with them, Trans-Siberian. So Nate Amore, I knew him as Nate Anderson, but I think he's singing with them. I don't know how many different breakouts of the band that happens around Christmas, but I believe he plays with them. And just by the name of the song, you kind of knew what you were getting into, what it was going to be about. I think the name of the song is very powerful, and I like the name of the song even more than I like the song in the beginning. But in watching the video, he steps up to the piano, and it's very reminiscent of a Meatloaf video. And I love Meatloaf. Like, The Bat Out of Hell is one of my all-time favorite albums, and it kind of reminded me of I Can Do Anything for Love, but I won't do that. Kind of video. That sad falsetto opening with sad piano.
Memories can only last so long.
Where's the lights? Turn them on again.
Where's the lights? Turn them on again.
The song has so many powerful lyrics.
The story's over when the crowds are gone.
My favorite lyric of this song, and maybe of any song I've ever heard in my life, and I've heard a lot of songs, but I wasted my time till time wasted me.
I wasted my time till time wasted me.
Like, you can just feel the pain.
When the crowds are gone, and I'm all alone.
As he's screaming this part.
Playing the saddest song.
Like, he gets to a point where he's not singing anymore.
Now that the lights are gone.
He's just screaming and crying out.
Turn them on again.
Turn him on again.
Turn them on again.
Turn him on again.
Turn them on again.
Turn him on again.
Turn them on again. Turn them on again. Turn them on again.
Like, over and over. The person I am plays the parts that I play.
'Cause the person I am are the parts that I play.
It's so sad that he defines himself by what his perceived worth is to other people. And just writing this down, my notes, it got me emotional, because you can translate that to life. Like, anybody that does, you talk about football players, but it could be translated to motherhood or parenthood. When your kids are grown and they're moved out of the house, like, what you have to redefine yourself. Or if you've been in a career and now you get a new job,
I'm holding on tight to a world going astray.
or shit, I knew it was gonna happen. Give me a second. This is our last year of basketball, and it's 20 years. 20 years we were doing this Saturdays at the Park deal, and this is the last year coming up, and it's like you just kind of have to redefine what you're kind of known for so long. So I thought I could get through this. But anyways, so it's just such a powerful song that it grips you. And the fact that he screams.
As they taught me for years, I can now
He's crying out and screaming for this to be back into his life, because that's what he's known for. He's known for the lights, the crowd. They're cheering him on. Like, what has he got left now? And I think at the end he kind of gives up, because he ends quietly.
And the lights, turn them off, my friend.
With the piano and a metaphor to him fading away from the lights.
And the ghost, we'll just let them in.
As we turn them off, as it gets dark.
'Cause in the dark, it's easier
and it's easier to see. And the piano outro is like the cherry on top. You know, it's just a sad outro, and you know, he's got to figure out what's next for him. And a lot of people struggle with that when they get through different changes in their life. And sorry that I'm kind of going through that. I kind of gave you guys a little heads up that it was hitting me. This song was just hitting me. And like I said, the first couple listens, I didn't understand what we were doing, but the more I heard it, the more powerful it got. And Brad, I'm mad at you for bringing this one up, but no, I do appreciate it, because I've never heard, I'd never heard them before, and I don't know if any of their other songs would ever hit me like this. But you go back to Brian asked me, like, who are your lyricists, and I can't remember who you said wrote the lyrics to the song, but
yeah, Paul O'Neill.
Okay, so my goodness, like literally, I think this is my favorite lyric of all time. Is I wasted my time till time wasted me, and we can all relate to doing that and looking back at our lives, and it's like, oh, I should have done this differently. I should have done that differently. And I you can't beat yourself up for that, but we all do it. Like, we all know that there's things that we could have done back in the day that we just really wish we would have done something different. So kudos to
Paul O'Neill.
Okay. I already forgot his name, but it's Savatage. Like, this song, man, I love it. I love how powerful it is, and I hope other people hear it for the first time and it hits them the way it hit me. Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
No, it's all good, man.
No, it's wonderful.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this reaction.
Sometimes things just catch you.
Wow. All right.
And that's why they write the songs, because they want that kind of reaction.
Yeah. Just like I was asking Brian, it's like, you ever when he was talking about the song When We Were Young. When you write a song, you're kind of writing it for your own experiences. But if you truly write a song like that, you'd ever wonder what people, what their interpretation of those kind of songs, how great is that to think about when you wrote a song, not just a song that somebody hear, like Wild Forever, like, oh, I wrote this a long time ago and people are still headbanging to it. That's fun. But when you connect to somebody like that, wow. Anyway. Let's get back to the show. Up next, we've got McQueen Street, My Religion.
So McQueen Street, coming out of Montgomery, Alabama in 91. McQueen Street is named after the singer had a recording studio, and it was on McQueen Street. So that's where they took the name from. So My Religion, starts off with the whole poltergeist, the haunting, backwards vocals. And, basically to me, the song is getting back at all the televangelism. Some little loser, he got something to prove. Hard rock and heavy metal was, Public Enemy #1. And, and then turns out, that Jimmy Bakers and Tammy, they're just as screwed up. They're, doing all the shady stuff, besides getting all the money, turned Jessica Hahn into a star for her 15 minutes. So, yeah, I just love this. And it was good when we were doing the Tall Stories. And I went back in my guitar case with all my cassettes to get it. And this was right next to McQueen Street. And I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot about McQueen Street when I looked at the Tall Stories. I'm like, oh, so it was nice to go through my set and look at, I forgot about this band. We're going to... man with his head in the sky, trying to take it all.
They got a video for this song, and the guy just deciding a shirt was unnecessary.
We're sick and tired of the words that you breathe.
But I guess if you look like he looks, you can do that. I think it perfectly balances that heavy driving groove with like massive hook. To find the tail end of the classic hard rock and glam metal movement. Derek Walsh's vocals are incredibly powerful. It begs to be cranked up loud. Don't tell us what we can do. It's kind of a middle finger to the people trying to knock down music. Kind of what you're talking about. You won't another mind, as the more you try to silence, the louder we get. Okay, so that's a lyric that they say in the song. It seems like a 1991, a bit late for this song. It should have been like an 85, 87-ish, like with the PMRC stuff going on. As far as the theme of it goes, the fact that this is 1991 is sad in its own rights, because we know what kind of happened after 91 to these kind of bands.
Yeah, so they actually did record a second record, and grunge came out and the label shelved it. So they broke up after that. In 2003, a couple of the band members got together and got some new members and got the rights to the CD back. So it was eventually released, and they just called it McQueen Street 2.
Yeah, I liked it. The song has some attitude. I like their sound. The rest of the album is pretty good too. Yeah, it did sound like it was probably a little late to the party in terms of the audience. But yeah, there was still some really good stuff coming out in 90, 91, 92. It just wasn't getting the backing.
Brad, tell us a little about Jeff Tate concert that you went to.
Yeah, it was good. This was the second go round of the final Mindcrime show. He's been touring, playing all of Operation Mindcrime. So they come out and they do, the first set is the whole album from start to finish. And then they come out and they do a second set that is basically the singles from Empire and a few of the old staples that Queensryche is known for in terms of the diehard fans. Walk in the Shadows, Queen of the Reich, for being 67. He still has a really good voice. He sounds better than I think he did probably 10 years ago. We're trying to go back and count the number of times I've seen this version of Queensryche or Jeff Tate solo, and it's got to be at least 6 or 7 times that I've seen him perform live. And yeah, these last couple go-rounds have been pretty impressive from a vocal standpoint.
So he still has it.
He still has it. I'm not sure that the cowboy hat goes with the image.
Did you ever find out what happened with the orchestra?
No, it just said, with a live orchestra, and then when we see the show, it's the same band that was there last time without any orchestra, so I don't know what happened.
Doug and I once saw Tom Kiefer and John Corabi. We've got a couple of video reels out there from the show, and the Kiefer one is almost catching up to what we did on TikTok with Steelheart one. So Kiefer, every day we're getting new followers, nice. And it's like at 18,000 views on Facebook, the Facebook reel, which we don't get a lot. I don't post a lot of the reels on there, but maybe I should. But the concert was great. John Corabi was great. I don't know why he played less songs than he did in just a couple of nights before. It was like 4 less songs, and they were all ones that I was looking forward to. But he was great. Kiefer still has it. Sometimes the vocals don't translate when you post a video on the phone. So there was a couple people that were like, glad I didn't see, but then everybody else is like, wow, he still has it. He does still have it. We also met, shout out to the hair metal guru. We got to chat with him a little bit, take a picture with him. He's out in Fargo, so check out his videos, hair metal guru on YouTube. Doug, what was your thoughts on Tom Kiefer and John Corabi?
Yeah, I mean, we'd seen Tom before, and pours every ounce of energy he has into. Yeah, obviously no one's going to be note to note compared to what they did in the 80s. I thought for the most part, I mean, he gave it his all, and I came away impressed.
He was getting a little angry at the feedback going on throughout the night too. There were some issues, I guess, with the feedback. And the other thing is his wife does the vocal, background vocals. and she had a surgery or something, so she wasn't there. Not that he leans on her, but he did. They sing great together, and she wasn't able to perform. So, but it is still a great show. Then we saw The Who. I'll let Doug talk a little bit, but the opening band is the Rasmus, and I've never heard of them before, but they're from Finland, and I met the guys after, during when The Who was going, and hopefully we get a chat soon because they're going to come back to Minneapolis, I think in September, October. I think it's September. So hopefully we can get them on here for an interview. And then Apocalyptica, and they play cello versions of Metallica songs. I've seen them before. I thought they were great, and even more up close and personal than the Hailstorm concert I was in. And then The Who, Mongolian. I mean, they're just so talented, and they have all these crazy instruments. We have some video out there on that. But I was up close with Doug, but I had foot problems, so I went around and started talking to the Rasmus. So Doug, let me know your thoughts on The Who and that concert.
Yeah, so I had never seen Apocalyptica before, and you had. I'd seen Who. They blew me away. Wow, what incredible musicians. So anybody who hasn't seen them, so it's 3 cello players standing up there and a drummer and playing all Metallica stuff almost note for note, guitar solos, riffs, and one guy kind of doing the vocal melody. So I could see why they had tape on some of their fingers. I'm like, Jesus, you gotta have no skin left on those, And The Who, I mean, so unique. I mean, even though you can't understand a single word they're saying other than in between the songs and Maplewood, you rock, in their broken English, trying to do their best. But yeah, and it was cool. I mean, there was that group of, like 6 or 7 Asian kids that kind of butted up and pushed their way past us to get up by stage. They had, they must have been Mongolian of ethnicity. They had their, little flags they were holding up, and a couple of the guys kind of had shirts. They looked like kind of ceremonial, Mongolian dress up, finery. But yeah, so I was curious to see how you were sound wise. I thought they were better at Iron Maiden.
Well, they probably had Iron Maiden's.
Sound. Yeah, you have a stadium size PA. Yeah. Plus, we were so close to stage. I know a lot of places you need to be back for the sonic spectrum to kind of spread out. And if you're too close to a speaker, you're not kind of getting the full spread of it. So it might have sounded better.
Yeah, I did think it sounded better as I was walking around in the back area than I did when I was up there. But just the feel of it, just them coming out and the red and the it was awesome. It was definitely not our normal concert crowd. We brought stickers to pass out like we did at Tom Kiefer, but I think I gave out 3 of them that night, and one of them was to the Rasmus. So it was definitely not people that are probably watching this show, but it was still interesting to see. What were your thoughts on the Rasmus? Because we're going to be hopefully talking to them soon, but I really dug their set, and they only played a few songs, but they've been around for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, they were a good band. Obviously didn't know anything, but they're a sizable part of the crowd that seemed like they were diehards, and they knew all the songs and jumping up. So
they got
I've been trying
huge
to
following.
little by little. Yeah. I've been trying to go on Spotify and listen to some of the stuff, trying to get familiar, just in case we do. And I knew you were on a mission. I'm like, you watch. Mike's going to go back and come back. Hey, got our next interview lined up.
I was networking, and he actually even thanked me. The bass player thanked me for the sticker, and he followed us on Instagram right away. So yeah, hopefully we'll be chatting with them soon and coming up with an interview with them. I don't know if we're going to need a translator because they are Finnish. And what was the other band we talked about tonight that were from Finland?
TNT.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Finland connection.
Well, Jaret and I went to Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, and Poison in 2022. And I have to say, I mean, I know Motley Crue sometimes get a hard time because of Vince Neil. That was actually the last show with McMars. I think not the last show, but like the last
tour.
Round. Yeah, last tour, the stadium tour that they had to postpone because of COVID and everything. But I thought they were excellent. I thought Motley Crue was excellent. I thought Def Leppard was amazing. I mean, McMars, again, I'm so blessed that I got to see him. Being a huge Motley Crue fan like you are too, Mike, they were huge in my life as well. Poison, Bret Michaels, he's amazing, jumping around and acting like a teenager on this. And he's still just touring. I thought they were excellent, and people around me really liked the show. It was a very, very a lot of electricity in the air. A lot of younger kids my son's age. Well, my son is 21 now, but like it was so heartwarming to see younger kids knowing lyrics to like Motley Crue, and She's Got the Looks That Kill. I mean, it's like, wow, these kids know, wow. That's really incredible. And Def Leppard has been huge with me for years. Joe Elliott's performance was excellent. I mean, Joan Jett was great too. I'd have to say I thought she was wonderful for her age, but I would have to say my favorites were Def Leppard, Poison, and Motley Crue. Motley Crue was last, obviously, but excellent. Quiet Riot might be coming back to State Fair here, and I would actually really like to see Quiet Riot and meet Rudy. No, I don't think I could actually meet Rudy because you have to have backstage passes or whatever. But
Rudy, let's make that happen.
Rudy Stars, oh please! I know.
We talk about you enough on this damn show. Can you get Wendy a backstage pass, please?
I would love to.
You guys go to Summerfest? You guys are near Summerfest? You guys go to that at all?
We do go to Summerfest. We haven't, as of late, gone to Summerfest. Just our lives have been so busy. I mean, hopefully we will be back and going to concerts again. I begged my son to go to concerts with me, and even though he loves the 70s, 80s, and he's just like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you have to enjoy these people now before they're not performing anymore. So
I was going to go on a drive on not this Friday, but next Friday to go. There's a free meet and greet with Trickster down in southern Minnesota.
Ooh.
And I was going to go on a drive because Steve Brown is now fronting Trickster. He was the guitar player, but he is working on a song with Brian, who we just talked to, and I wanted to get his thoughts on that. And now they've threw up the next day are coming up here in Fridley, which is probably a half hour away, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
So that Saturday, I think Doug and I are going to go there instead of driving. I was kind of looking forward to driving and doing the meet and greet. I hope we get to talk to them after the show. That would be awesome because I do want to talk to him about that and some other things because he's fronting Always Jovi tribute band, and I made a comment about making the drive, and Always Jovi liked that I was going to come there, so I was really looking forward to chatting with him. So hopefully in Fridley we do get to talk. I've got that Red Rocks Blues Travelers show. As soon as I hit vacation, we're heading out towards Denver. We're going to go to Red Rocks. That's on the 4th of July. Hopefully they do fireworks or something. It's going to be pretty cool. Doug, you got Avenged Sevenfold, and we got Motley Crue, Weird Al, Ugly Kid Joe. So we got a full slate. Brad, you got Striper coming up at the end of the year. Any other concerts, Brad, that you've just seen or are you going to see soon?
There's some other ones that are popping up around here that I haven't committed to yet. But once I have tickets, I'll let you know.
Mostly at the Epic in Green Bay.
There's a couple at the Epic. Those are the ones that I'm eyeing.
I think I saw that Gene Simmons is coming to the Epic. Like his band.
His solo band is going to be playing in Green Bay in November 5th, I believe.
I wonder what kind of show he puts on as a solo artist. Are they all AI up there? Did he sell his rights to AI or something? I know he was talking about it. Yeah. So Catfish Days, you got Catfish Days coming up. That there's always somebody there, right?
I think it's Billy Currington this year. So.
So you got to kick up your mud boots and your cowboy hat.
I have to borrow Jeff Tate's hat for that one.
That's right.
To spin off of Gene Simmons, I had a friend and her husband went to go do a meet and greet with Gene Simmons before a Kiss they were going to do like a meet and greet and everything. And in line, she was in this, I don't know, somewhere in Chicago. She went to go buy a Starbucks and they were running late, and it was Kelly and her husband, and Kelly went to get the Starbucks and he's like, come on, let's get going. The husband was saying, and the guy behind her said, I got it. It was Gene Simmons paying for the coffee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned meet and greets because we did actually wasn't even on the record. Everything's on the record as long as we're recording. But the guys and I were talking about meet and greets when we were doing a kind of prep for our interview with Rob. That got a little bit of action out on the interwebs, and we got a request recently, like in the last couple of days. All of a sudden that video popped up again, so somebody's watching it, and they're like, you guys need to discuss the positive sides of meet and greets, because we were a little bit negative when we talking about.
I met Boy George. He's on my Instagram. I know this is heavy metal, but he was wonderful. It's my little icon that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
That was positive. That was a positive. No, I can talk about how the power of music working in hospice, our music therapists sometimes are present during my support groups and really talk about how medicinal music is. You can take a patient who is actively dying or somebody who has full-blown dementia and really connect with them, and how music is something that lights up every area of the brain. So you can have somebody who's almost comatose to someone who's in a lot of chronic pain, and you can hear music, and it's one of those things. It's the unspoken language that I think you can be Spanish, you can be German, and you hear Mozart, or you hear music without lyrics or with lyrics, and you can feel a certain way. So I think it's so important, Mike, how you were talking before about that song Savatage and how it brought you to tears. I think Alan Parsons' project song Time does that for me. The lyrics really hit me hard. And I think with music, if we look at it as medicinal and how important it is in our lives, how we can incorporate it into our lives, it makes a huge difference. There's a video that was online, I think on YouTube or Facebook or something, about a woman who has full-blown dementia, pretty much like my father. My father can't really talk much anymore, but they start playing this music, she was a ballerina. And they start playing this ballerina music, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, and she starts going into form. And it's absolutely breathtaking. If you have time to look it up. She was like a ballerina in the 60s. And they start playing this music, and all of a sudden this woman who has no expression kind of just sits there, is doing all this movement. And moving to the music, and it just shows you how powerful music is.
Normal, cariño mío, ¿cómo no va a emocionar? ¿Y tú no emocionas a nosotros?
You're on the front lines of people's last days and families that are, I don't know how you do it. Everybody, the world needs people like you. So again, kudos. We appreciate what you do.
Thank you, Mike.
And I can't imagine how tough that is. Just going through it, seeing a family member going through it is tough. But I can't imagine your job every day working that. So you're very special for doing that.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
You do hear all the time from just about everybody I talk to that music has got them through something. And I know personally, back in the day, music's different areas of my life that just music, if music wasn't there, who knows what would happen. And that is everywhere. Like everybody seems to have some kind of story that music has and it could be heavy metal. It could be a Savatage. It could be a ballerina. It could be Mozart, whatever it is. It just seems like somehow music seems to touch people in a certain way. So I'm glad that we're able to discuss things like that on this channel. And we would love to hear stories of how music has, for our viewers, got you through tough times. So if you're willing to share, we'd love to see those comments and whatnot. But
well, I got wrapped up season 2 of Nole Rocker, round 2.
Round 2. So we're going to have some great segments coming up. There's already a few people we're talking to. Velvet Vampire is one that we're going to be sitting down and talking with. Obviously, the Rasmus. I would love to get Steve Brown, so hopefully I could chat with him about getting on the show and maybe talking with him and Brian about their song coming up. Make sure you like and subscribe. And please share this if there's people that you're like, hey, this guy or gal would love to hear this, share it with them. We appreciate all the feedback that we get. If there is something, I want to touch back on, like we were talking about the meet and greets. The viewer made a suggestion that, hey, let's talk about some of the positive aspects of it. And, we hit it pretty hard about the costs and some of them not really wanting to shake hands and really talk to you, just kind of getting you through it. But Wendy, I appreciate your story about some of the positive ones, because I'm sure people do have positive experiences about that. And I appreciate them calling us out and suggesting that. So hopefully down the road, we'll have segments like that where we talk about that. And as far as the Fan 5 fishing for flashbacks, we do have a list of ones that you guys have given us, but keep sharing that. Let us know which songs you'd like us to listen to. Maybe you've got a song like Savatage that you think is powerful that you want us to listen to, or just a fun one like Loveblast that you don't think we've heard or you want us to go through. Please put it in the comments. We'd appreciate that. Well, like I said, we keep a list we have a whole bunch of them that we're going to eventually get through on our Spotify playlists. So again, please like and subscribe. Wendy, we really appreciate you joining us on this episode. It's been great to hear all the Whitesnake talk and all the stories you have, and hopefully you'll come on some other time, join us down in the future sometime. And I know that you like all of our stuff on Instagram, so we appreciate the support there too and sharing our stuff and whatnot. So I appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you, Mike, for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. And I'd love to be on again.
Awesome. All right. With that, 3 guys, 2 gals, another guy and a record. I'm Coach K.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Brad.
Keep rocking.
Mike, I have a picture of you.
Oh, no.
It's from 1988 to 89. Do you see it?
I do see it.
Yeah, Jaret found it. So I thought you guys would like that. Okay.
Yeah. Jaret's a special guy. I know we're kind of signing off here, but
thank you.
I met Jaret in junior high. We moved back to Appleton with just a small stint in Neenah, and luckily we did move to Neenah because eventually I met Brad because we moved to Neenah for those couple of months. But when we moved back, we were on the other side of Appleton, and I just moving around like that, I didn't have any friends there, and I met 2 guys that I have lifelong friendships with. One is Jaret and one is Chris, who owns the toy store. But Jaret was a special guy, and he's always been there for me. And we named our son after him. His middle name is Jaret, so Maxwell Jaret. And one of the things I was kind of mad at your wedding, and we talk about this all the time, but I'm going to get it out here on the World Wide Web. But I always thought of Jaret as my best friend, throughout all that time. And then I'm at his wedding, and everybody that got up there said, Jaret's my best friend. And I'm like, no, he's not. He's my best friend. What are you talking about? But Jaret's the type of guy that he's everybody's best friend. And that is the reason I named my son after him. So anyway.
Mike, thank you. And you guys, I just have to quick add, and then I'll let you go. But I was so blown away with all your knowledge. I used to think, oh my gosh, I know so much about heavy metal. And Doug, you are a genius. Brad, you guys are just beyond.
It's always good to get different perspectives. And I've learned every time I'm on here with these guys, I learn a lot from both Brad and Doug, and I appreciate their friendship as well. And the fact that we're doing this and I get to talk music. I mean, we would do it just with ourselves if that's all it was, but glad to have you on, and let's try to sign off again here.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay.
No, it's good conversations. Thank you, Wendy, for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Doug.
I'm Brad.
All right. Keep rocking.
Here's some more Glam from the